Chetan, Culinary Director of the Pioneer Institute of Hotel Management and Trinity College of Hotel Management. Today we will be preparing Hyderabad's famous dish during Ramzan time. It's called Halim. So let's see how we will prepare this Halim. So for the making of Halim, here I have a bowl of wheat dalia and mixture of 5 dals soaked. So I have around 300 grams of wheat dalia and 100 grams each of each dal. That is, we have chana dal, masoor dal, tur dal, urad dal, and moong dal. So all these 5 kinds of dals. What I have taken here is 100 grams of chana dal, 100 grams of masoor dal, and urad dal, moong dal, and tur dal. Each I have taken 50 grams each, and altogether around 350 grams of wheat dalia. So I have soaked for a couple of hours now. You can see nicely it has absorbed the water and it has become nice and fluffy. So now we'll keep it for boiling. We'll boil it for a while and then we'll grind it into a paste. And apart from this wheat, I have some lamb meat also, mutton. I have around 750 grams of lamb meat already marinated with salt, ginger garlic paste, chili powder, turmeric, curd, green chilies, and some mint leaves. So this is just to make it very quick, the process, and I'll be adding my own touch of this making of halim. That is, when I eat halim outside, I don't like to take out the bones and spices which comes into my mouth. I like my halim to be very soft and smooth and swallowing, enjoying the flavors without disturbing the process of taking out the bone and the spices. So I'll be using some kind of technique so that all the spices flavors will be intact, but then you won't be able to actually see any spices or the mutton bones in the halim. Okay, so I have marinated this mutton for around couple of hours, and I have soaked this wheat and dal mixture also for a couple of hours. And coming to the major aspect of halim, that is a masala mix, because it is from Hyderabad. So, and Hyderabadi masala is known for its potli masala. We call it as potli masala. So let's see what all the ingredients which goes into the potli masala. Okay, here we have some coriander seeds, some peppercorns, shajira, kebab chini, dried ginger, stone flower, star anise, whole garam masala. We have some badi ilaichi also, little bit of maize powder. This is a khas root powder. I generally we use khas roots as a whole, but today I couldn't get it in the market, and I have some khas root powder, so I am using this. And we have some sandalwood powder and some fresh rose petals. So you can even use dried rose petals also, but I am here using fresh rose petals. And we have mint, coriander, lemon for garnishing, and some bay leaves as a part of masala. And I don't want to waste these roots of coriander also, so I'll be using this coriander roots for boiling the mutton. So let's see how this preparation goes on. And coming to the main flavoring agent, or the cherry on the top, you can say, for halim, that is our fried onions. We call it as birista, that is golden fried onions. We cut the onions into thin slices and deep fry it in oil till it is golden brown, and we keep it aside for garnishing. And some of the onions we can use it while cooking also. So here I have a cloth bag. Generally we can use a muslin cloth and put all the spices in this, and then fold it like a potli, like a pocket. I will be adding all these ingredients in this cloth bag, and I will be tying so it will resemble like a potli or a bag, a small bag, and then we will use this entire potli while boiling the mutton. this is our potli masala. So we'll be starting with cooking of mutton because it will take the more time. We'll start with the oil. The same oil which I have used for fried onions, the same oil I am using. And I'm adding my coriander roots which have been washed thoroughly and dried. So to this I will be adding the marinated mutton. So once again I will be repeating what I have put in the marination. So this around 750 grams of mutton. So this I have added the ginger garlic paste, salt, chili powder, curd, little bit of vinegar, green chilies and mint. Okay. So I have marinated it for 2 hours and then I will be adding it to our coriander roots. Okay, now we have put the mutton for boiling. We haven't added any water, just the water which is coming from the meat itself we are cooking it in. And then to this we are adding our made potli masala into this. And then we'll add some water. So we'll give it a stir. See, this is how the potli masala will help to induce the flavors, but then we don't have all these spices coming in our mouth. Okay, so we pressure cook it for at least an hour so that the meat will become very tender and soft, and it is easy to make it into shreds. Welcome back after a long pressure cooking of our mutton and the wheat dalia mix. Now let's come closer and let me show you how the mutton looks after it gets cooked. Wow! So you can see the potli masala, and then I'll show you how the mutton piece looks like now. I think it already. Wow, see, I touched the bone and then I got the bone only out, the other piece. So that's how soft it is. I'll just plug it in. So it is so soft and tender right now. It is just coming off of the bone. So we just have to separate the bone from the meat, and we'll just shred the meat into fine shreds. We'll filter out the water, the liquid from the mutton. So we'll be using this liquid for other purpose. I will separate half of this liquid and use it as a topping on top of the halim, and the other half we'll be using back into the preparation of the halim. So now we'll separate out the bones and the meat. You just have to touch the bone and then the bone will come out. As soft it is now. So now we have separate out the bone and the meat. So this is the only meat, nicely cooked, tender cooked, and then with the help of two forks or with your hands, just finely separate out the shreds. So this will give the fibrous texture to our halim, the stringy kind of texture. We call it as reshe. So reshe wala halim. After we treat the meat, we have separated the liquid, flavorful liquid from the meat, and we have shredded the meat and separate out the bones and meat also. Now it's time to blend our wheat dalia and the dal mixture. So this is how it looks after it gets pressure cooked, and then we'll make it into a fine paste. So either you can transfer into a mixer grinder and blend it, or if you have a hand blender like this, you can do the hand blender. To ease with the blending, you can add some liquid, but do not add water. But whatever the liquid we have separated out from the mutton, that can be used. Yeah, so the final stage of halim, we start with a big vessel and we pour some oil in it. So we fry some shajira, adding some shajira, chopped coriander, to this we are going to add some ginger garlic paste. Now I am adding a paste of chironji and melon seed. This is entirely optional, just to make it a little royal in taste, rich in taste. I am just adding this paste. So once the paste is nicely fried and the oil comes out, and this is the time when we add our curd. Just 2 spoons of curd. So now the curd is also nicely fried. You can see it is not sticking to the bottom of the vessel. So this is the time when we add our shredded meat. Shredded mutton which we have done. So slightly mash it with your spoon. So that it will give that nice fibrous texture. And to this we'll add our liquid stock, which we have separated it from the cooked mutton. And to this mixture we'll start adding our dalia and dal mixture slowly. And slowly we should see halim being prepared. So keep beating while cooking. That's how it is traditionally made. Halim is ready, garnished with nice fried onions, lemon, mint and coriander, and a nice helping of sherwa along with lots of ghee. So I am going to taste it now. Wow, nice texture. Yummy. मस्त है.